Okay. All right. Actually, this is my first time I've ever interviewed anybody.
Oh, sick. I'm honored.
Yeah, you're the first one. So, I'm here with Faaduu today. We're just going to talk about his testimony. I kind of wanted to know, what his faith walk has been like and his journey with Jesus and all the different challenges and things that he's come across. I know all of our stories look a little different, and I think it'd be really cool to hear yours. So let's get right into it.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but my real name's Cash.
That's a sick name, by the way, bro. That's sick. That's cool.
I appreciate that. A lot of people say that.
People calling you Cash, I'm like, yeah, that's legit. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the amount of times I've heard Cash Money, though, it gets annoying.
Yeah, I bet.
But when I was around 2 to 3 years old, my parents separated, and my dad's side was religious, and my mom's side was atheist, agnostic, just never brought up the name of Jesus, no religion or anything. So I grew up in an atheist household, so there was no reason for Christ to find me, and I didn't really know him until middle school. But since my parents separated, I thought I was always different from every other kid.
Sure.
They always had parents, and I was always alone. I never had friends because I thought I was different.
Yeah.
So I don't know about anybody watching this or you, but when you feel different and you don't have friends, you would really take any person you can get, any friend group that allows you, you'll stick in with them.
Right.
And around 7th to 8th grade, I finally found a friend group after being alone all my life. And it was like a gang friend group, like just smoking, whether it's vaping or, weed or drinking. I was partaking in that because I thought that was the life. Like, oh, I have friends, I'm free, I could do whatever. Yeah. But regardless, and I just never felt that hole in my heart, like be cured from the smoking and stuff.
Sure.
I would vandalize, I would skip school, I would steal, I would do really bad stuff. And then around 8th grade is when I made Faaduu, like the channel. Yeah. And immediately it kind of took off. Like I was getting money, I was getting subscribers. I got the finger painter 7 months into starting YouTube. Wow. So everything was going amazing. I had everything I could have ever asked for, but I was still so depressed. Yeah. And it was like that, like doing the drugs and having subscribers and money up until VidCon 2025. The day after, because it was a really good event. Like I didn't really have anything to do there, but hanging out with friends from across the world that you met online, it's pretty much destined to be amazing, like an amazing trip. So we went there, we're having a good time, but the day after VidCon, I had an argument with my mom, and we've had thousands of arguments in our entire lifetime. Mm-hmm. And this one, I was just like, no, I'm done. I've been feeling so empty all my life. That day, I decided that night I was going to end my story. Wow. Also known as taking my life. I was not wanting it. There's no doubt that I would either run away or take my life. And it was until I was on my bathroom floor that day or that evening crying, because I sobbing my eyes out. I'm like, God, why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me? Mm-hmm. Why have you done this, this, and this? And I just felt something to just be like, okay, hold on, you're good. Hold on another week. I was like, okay, whatever. So I end up at my dad's house, and we're watching a Christian movie called The Woodcarver. It's this kid that's vandalizing the church. His parents are separating. He's doing drugs. He's lying. He's doing all this. And then in the end of the movie, Christ reconciles all the relationships. Wow. And truly just shows his glory in this family and guides them back together. And instead of being like, oh, wow, this movie was amazing, I said, wow, I just watched myself on the screen. I'm just like that kid, if not worse than him. And he repented.
Cash, can you hold on 1 second? Can you hang on 1 second?
Yeah.
3 hours later.
So after the guy repented, and I also recommend watching that movie, it's truly what changed my life, just seeing myself on the screen. Yeah. So that night, I'm like, what's stopping me from being saved? Because I searched drugs, I searched alcohol, I searched subscribers, I searched money, every single square inch of this planet for just some sort of joy. Yeah. And not a Band-Aid that gives me temporary joy, forever joy, right. Something that I found a firm foundation in. Yep. And that night, I'm like, I give up. I'm not going to take my life. God, I've been I've been driving all my life. I want you to take the wheel because I'm the worst driver known to man. And I need you to take this wheel because if you don't, I'm going to end up doing something to myself or other people that I don't want to do. Like I'm just broken.
Yeah.
And that night I go to bed and I have this dream, this supernatural dream, and there's no thing on earth that made me more sure that this was Jesus. It was a beam of light in the sky. It was midnight. It was actually outside someone's house, and I won't say that someone, but this person hurt me. Like all my life, this person was one of the main reasons why my mental health was bad. They like broke up the family and stuff like that.
Wow.
I'm outside this person's house in my dream, which I think it's cool when now reading the Bible, it says to forgive and forgive people on earth so your Father in heaven can forgive you. So that was a first sight. Just being in front of that person's house really made me sure. So it was like a beam of light outside this person's house, and it was God, like God in human form, not Jesus, like literally God the Father. And I remember his voice was like thunder.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. It was really deep. And all these people, it's a crowd of people asking him questions. So I'm waiting. And as soon as these people leave, I realize that this is my face-to-face, talk-to-talk chance with God. So I go up to him and I'm like, God, why do I feel like I'm giving you everything and you're not showing up for me? And my definition of everything was just believe in the guy and live your own way. But he said, no matter what you feel, I'm in your heart. And 3 seconds later, he's walking away and I wake up immediately. And I noticed something was different, but I didn't know what it was until like I was about to like cuss. And I realized like I just didn't want to. Like, I didn't have the desire to.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do the drugs anymore. I didn't want to lie. I didn't want to be a manipulator. I didn't want to be a people pleaser. I didn't want to do YouTube for money. I didn't care about that stuff. I only cared about my relationship with Jesus from that point.
Yeah.
And so every single night I make it a point, or every single day, I make it a point to spend time with God. And don't get me wrong, I've still sometimes, like very rarely, I'll fall into those things. But following Jesus is not thinking, oh, we're never going to sin again.
Right.
It shows that if we do sin, there's a savior to back it up. So I am born again. I'm a completely different person from last June. I'm officially saved 11 months.
That's awesome,
and,
man.
Yeah, that's my testimony. I went from taking my life to giving it to someone who wanted it.
Yeah, right.
And I'm very, very grateful. So if God can change me, I promise you he can change anybody, because I was like really bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my testimony.
That's incredible, dude. I absolutely love it. I've got like a couple thoughts and a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Of course.
One thing that you said that is so true, I think it was like right after you watched that movie, and you said like, you basically said you kind of like came to the end of yourself. You're just like, I can't live like this anymore. Like I can't do this anymore. I can't live this way anymore. And it's like, oftentimes for a lot of people that aren't, raised in like a really stable Christian home, it kind of takes that. It kind of takes you getting to the place where you're just like, I just have like nothing left. I have nothing else to offer. There's nothing that, like you said, brings me real joy or anything. And you get to that place where you're just like, God, either you're real or you're not. It's like,
exactly.
It comes down to one or the other.
Exactly.
And the other cool thing that kind of piggybacks on that is like, you came to this realization on your own. It wasn't like, your group of friends all got born again and you're just kind of standing there like, well, maybe I should do it now. It's like you came to the place on your own, and like in your heart, you resolved like, I have to do something different. Like this stuff isn't working.
Yeah.
This doesn't cut it anymore. And then when God met you in that dream, it kind of solidified what you already knew was true.
It really like made it like firm. Like I knew in that moment.
For sure.
It could have been any dream, but why the one moment after I truly repent, I have a dream about Jesus right in front of me. And he told me the exact message I needed to hear, because I felt so empty. And I said my heart had a hole in it.
Yeah.
And he said, no matter what you feel, I'm in your heart.
Yeah.
So it was just so specific. And growing up in an atheist household, there's no reason for him to find me. But he found me when I truly felt like I was lost. And in the Bible, it says he leaves the 99 on the mountain to look for the one who went astray.
That's right.
And never been to a church. I had never really knew about Jesus until I started questioning it because I saw videos on TikTok in middle school. And then it was until high school that I was actually saved, until I was actually already graduated in June.
Yeah.
So it was a journey, but there is literally no reason he should have found me. I didn't know about him, but he made it firm, and he showed me his like true self and what true love is. That drugs couldn't suffice.
That's
that
right.
Subscribers, that money, that lying couldn't suffice. I was a horrible person. I argue, and even this past week, I've been having some spiritual warfare. I'll argue with my dad, maybe a few.
Yeah.
But I don't smoke. I'm sober. I don't do any of that stuff. I struggle with battles of my own, but we all struggle with the same thing, spiritual warfare. But if he could save me once, he could save me a million more times. This is the one and only true God, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And, it's just like, I can't explain what he's done for me and what he's continuing to do in my family.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. I can't even put it into words.
No,
it's crazy.
That's amazing, dude. That's an incredible story. One question that kind of popped into my mind was like, when you were talking about, the stuff you were doing with that friend group, the drugs and smoking and all that stuff, it seemed like there was a point between doing that and, wanting to like end yourself. Like, it seems like there was something in between there that must have like triggered for you, this isn't working.
Yeah.
Was there something that like happened that you were just like, this isn't cutting it. This isn't like what I want?
Yeah. Well, from 8th grade when I found that friend group to junior year, it was almost like every day at school since then. So 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, I was smoking, and every night, as soon as the feelings would wear off, or the trip, one might say, I just realized that I feel so alone, and I'm laying in my bed, and I'm just like, when is life going to be fulfilling?
Yeah.
So each night for 4 years straight, I was sitting in my room, in my bed, like, God, like, I just don't know. Like, I didn't even know how to say it. Like, I just felt so broken and so alone. Like, I had nobody in my life. Like, yeah, I had my family, but everybody feels this way. Like, you can't just go up to your family and tell them your problems. Like, you can, but sometimes you just feel like they won't understand regardless.
Sure. Yeah.
So I just gave up.
Yeah.
I tried to deal with everything on my own, and it got to a point where after 4 years of doing drugs and lying and being this horrible person, it just didn't fulfill me. So each night I was actually just so alone by myself in my room, like having nobody. And I just didn't have that one person that I needed, and that was Jesus. And I finally found him in junior year. And it just truly changed my life. So that's the gap. It's doing drugs and being a hurtful person. I actually got in a fight in 8th grade or beginning of 9th grade that I transferred schools because of.
Wow.
And then that's what kind of like separated me from that group.
Sure.
But as soon as I came to this other school, it was like the same kind of people, but a different group.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really escape the drugs because I thought that was life.
Yeah.
Friend group, money, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not satisfying. It didn't satisfy me
Yeah.
at all.
It seems like that it like kind of all came together in that loneliness thing. And like, I assume, having not really dealt with loneliness, I've had my other struggles throughout my life, but like, I assume that that's probably a thing that really wears on you quickly. Like when you really feel alone, it really starts to peel you back, and like, there's just not much left.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, you're completely correct. I can't really word it better.
Okay.
You can't really define it. You can't really explain it, but you just explained it in a perfect way. Like, it's just like think about the word alone.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I don't know. It's like a crowd of darkness, and you're the one light in it.
Yeah, sure.
I guess that's what makes sense. It's like nobody can understand me. Nobody can fulfill this happiness. And so for 4 years, I was contemplating taking my life, but I never did. And June 2025, I just got to a breaking point. I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. No, I was
done.
I mean, it's really great to hear stories like this, not just because of like the struggle and the redemption, like that's awesome. And that's the most important part of the story. But also to have like different perspectives too, because everybody struggles with different stuff. Like most of the things that you dealt with in your life, I didn't really deal with. I dealt with other stuff. And you know, I put my testimony up on my YouTube page and goes through all the stuff I've dealt with. But like it's really good because, you know, people watching this might be able to relate to you and they can't relate to me, or vice versa. And so sharing our testimonies is actually a really big piece of our walking out the gospel in our lives. And so I'm just really, I'm really grateful that you were willing to sit down and take the time to do this, because I think it's going to help some people.
Yeah, of course. I hope so. And like I said the other day, like it says in the Bible to go out to all nations and spread the word, right? But with this one headset, I think we fail to realize sometimes that we can reach all different people. I've met Russian people. I've met people from Asia. I've met people from Africa. I've met people from Switzerland. I have a lot of people from Switzerland, like friends, or Sweden, Germany. Like I met all kinds of people just with this one headset that I could go into my room and just press the on button. That's all I need to do. So this is like, you don't need to book a plane ticket to go, you know, but like it's cool to do that. But with this one headset, you can do all kinds of stuff. And it's not just this one game. You can get millions of different games and go talk to people from all nations. And I always just, sharing my testimony is really important to me, because I feel like drugs are like promoted nowadays. I feel like almost like turning away from Christ or sinful actions are promoted. Like I'll be scrolling on TikTok and there's crazy stuff. And so I'll go share my testimony, and then it's just like I'm the one that plants the seed just by sharing it, and God's the one who decides to water it. So that's what I like to say. I said it the other day. So sharing your testimony, not only that, but on this VR, like you can do all of that. Like you could do so much for the kingdom. And it's like, I'm in awe every single day just thinking about what this VR does.
For sure.
So it means more. It's not just a VR to me. It's like an envelope to all nations. So
it's true.
I try to give a good representation of Christ, but you know, I fail sometimes, as we all do.
For sure.
But, sharing your testimony is very important.
Absolutely. It really is. And when we fail, you know, it's nice to know that there's grace, right? It's not like, well, you messed up that one time and you blew it, now it's all over, right? We have grace, we have mercy through Jesus, and you know, we just get up and we just keep going and we do our best to look more and more like him. And
exactly.
Bro, that's great. Thanks again, man, for hanging out and sharing your story. I really appreciate it. And you know, I'll be continuing to pray for you, you know, the stuff that you've shared with me, and you know, just believing that the Lord's going to be moving in your life continually as he already has been. So
that's definitely mutual. I'll continue to pray for you too.
Cool, thanks. All right, bro. Well, I will catch you later. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you around.
See you around, bro.
Later.